What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlemania here, back with another video. The WWE's Attitude Era was considered a high point in WWE history, making it difficult for the Ruthless Aggression Era that followed to live up to it. Nonetheless, it still had its moments of awesomeness, along with its own generation of stars. Did you ever wonder if Carlito actually opened up an applesauce factory? Does MVP have his own brand of sneakers? No need to ask, as we've tracked down 9 Ruthless Aggression Era superstars and what they're doing now. Number 1. MVP. Montel Vontavious Porter debuted on the 4th of August 2006 SmackDown, performing a gimmick as a self-absorbed star athlete who fancied himself as wrestling's hottest free agent. Despite his Power Rangers-like outfit, MVP received a strong push, getting wins over Kane before challenging Chris Benoit for the US Championship. He would go on to defeat Benoit in a 2 out of 3 falls match, winning the US Championship. He would hold the belt for a then WWE record of 343 days before dropping the belt to Matt Hardy. However, after this, a losing streak sapped MVP's momentum and he was released in 2011. MVP found success in New Japan Pro Wrestling, winning its IWGP Intercontinental Championship, and also competed in TNA. He then hit the indie circuit and was signed to Lucha Underground until he reportedly breached his contract, leading to his dismissal. MVP currently hosts the VIP Lounge at MLW Radio and makes appearances on the independent circuit. Number 2. Carlito. Second generation superstar Carlos Colon Jr. enjoyed a main event run in Puerto Rico's World Wrestling Council before signing with the WWE in 2003. In 2004, Carlos debuted as Carlito Caribbean Cool, a cocky heel who carried a trademark apple and proclaimed to spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Much like MVP, he got a strong push initially, scoring a win in his main roster debut by defeating John Cena to win Cena's United States Championship. By 2007, Carlito was unhappy with his role with the WWE, but WWE chairman Vince McMahon persuaded him to stay. Carlito then later teamed with brother Primo, forming a babyface team and winning the WWE Tag Team Championship. On the 21st of May 2010, Carlito was released by the WWE for a wellness policy violation and reportedly refusing to attend a drug treatment program. Colon, however, had no problem in finding work, touring the world and appearing in numerous independent promotions. Colon works in World Wrestling Council, where he is still a top star. Number 3. Victoria. Lisa Maria Veron's career path led from studying biomed at UCLA with the goal of becoming a doctor to winning ESPN's 1997 Fitness America Series Championship, to then Wrestler China suggesting she enter the square circle. Victoria paid her dues on her way to the ring. In a 2006 interview, she recalled, "I went through 3 years of developmental training camp before I got brought up. In the developmental camp, I was trained by Eugene, Rob Conway and Randy Orton. I was in a great class at that time, so I learned from the best." Her training paid off and she became one of WWE's most talented women, winning the WWE's Women's Championship twice before leaving for TNA in 2009. There she wrestled as Tara, winning the TNA Knockouts Championship 5 times and Knockout Tag Team Championship once. After her July 2011 release from TNA, she worked in the independent scene, including Chikara. She debuted in Ring of Honor in 2013, but now operates several businesses, including Fat Tony's Pizza, a custom car shop Black Widow Customs, and a wrestling-themed restaurant, The Squared Circle. Number 4. Shannon Moore. Cruiserweight Shannon Moore has entertained wrestling fans with his fast-paced matches ever since working in Matt and Jeff Hardy's Backyard Wrestling Federation. He hit the national spotlight during his run in WCW as a member of the Trio 3 Count. A run in the WWE in 2002 saw him work as Matt Hardy's V1 MFer, aka Mattitude follower. Although he never received any solid push, his consistently good work as a cruiserweight kept him constantly employed. He would work on and off with the WWE, travel to TNA, and then return to the WWE again, working in its version of ECW. Moore's second run in TNA lasted from 2010 to 2012. Since then, he has maintained a presence on the independent circuit. Number 5 and 6. The Basham Brothers. While the Ruthless Aggression Era is sometimes mentioned as having a poor tag team division, Doug and Danny Basham's early run on SmackDown suggests otherwise. The Storyline Brothers competed against excellent tag teams including the APA, Los Guerreros, the world's greatest tag team, and the team of Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. The Bashams would hold the WWE Tag Team Championship 2 times, serve as JBL's Secretaries of Defense, and later serve as Paul Heyman's bodyguards in the WWE's version of ECW. Following their January 2007 release, they worked in TNA from May to June and were last seen working in Puerto Rico's IWA. Number 7. Heidenreich. Best known for his poetry and very close relationship with SmackDown announcer Michael Cole, Heidenreich was a wrestler who fit Vince McMahon's ideal of a tall, muscular body but somehow got lost in the shuffle, despite a brief run as tag team champion alongside Road Warrior Animal. In 2006 he was released from the WWE and went on to work in the World Wrestling Council and indie circuit. Heidenreich retired from wrestling in 2009 and in 2010 appeared in the film True Legend. He is also named in the concussion-related class action lawsuit against the WWE. Number 8. Chris Nowinski. Harvard-educated Christopher Nowinski appeared as a finalist during the first season of Tough Enough, losing to Maven Huffman, but earned a job with the WWF. Nowinski debuted in the WWE in 2002, working as an arrogant intellectual. His career, however, was cut short by a concussion and subsequent post-concussion syndrome. He retired in 2004 and since then has been a tireless advocate for better detection of concussions. In 2006, he released the book Head Games: Footballers' Concussion Crisis, and his work continued the following year when he co-founded the Concussion Legacy Institute with Dr. Robert Canto, an organization whose goal is to deal with the concussion crisis in sports and the military. And number 9. Muhammad Hassan. Muhammad Hassan, aka Mark Kopani, worked as an Arab American wrestler, disgusted by the prejudice of his fellow Americans following the 9/11 attacks. However, the WWE botched the angle, turning him into just another anti-American heel. Rumor has it that Hassan was going to become the youngest world champion in WWE history, but a tasteless and ill-timed angle by the WWE ruined everything. The WWE taped an angle on SmackDown where Hassan and his terrorist-like henchmen attacked The Undertaker. The WWE complicated things when it aired the angle on the 7th of July 2005, the same day as the London terrorist attacks. The WWE's decision to show the angle rather than edit it out showed incredibly poor taste and bad judgment. UPN, which aired SmackDown, demanded Hassan be removed from SmackDown, and the WWE caved in, granting him a release in September 2005. In a 2016 interview, Kopani discussed the situation. It wasn't a pushback from white Americans, it was a pushback from Arab Americans, who thought this character was a poor representation of them, which I can't disagree with. Even though Muhammad Hassan wasn't a radicalized fundamentalist, it was a storyline that represented a group that killed innocent people. I think that if you step back and look at it about what is right to parody and what is insensitive, it was becoming insensitive given the plight of the United States and Western Europe at this time. Kopani hasn't wrestled since 2005. After trying his hand at script writing in LA, Kopani became a social studies teacher, providing a unique perspective on global studies to his students. He is one of the many former wrestlers in the concussion-related class action lawsuit against the WWE. Well guys, that about wraps up this episode here. Be sure to look out for more Wrestlemania videos by hitting that notification bell. Drop a like if you want, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.